Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing this looks with, for me, absolutely new products. If you want to see what I bought and how I like them, then just keep on watching. As per usual, I have picked up a ton of products. As you can tell, they are driving me nuts and they are driving me everywhere. I picked up so many products. I think a ton of them is drugstore. Then there are a few that are YesStyle. I do have a code with YesStyle, so if you want to support my channel, then you can use this. You don't have to. No pressure on that front. I purchased, listen, most excited product I feel like are these beautiful eye palettes or face palettes from NYX. I do have a ton of NYX. I do have Alex Cosmetics. I do have Sephora. I do have Chia. So, and then a little bit of Asian Beauty. So if you want to see how I created this look, by the way, no eyeshadow palette used today. If you want to see that and see me with a naked face, except for my brows, then go on with the watching. So we know what this means. We have all seen the way I'm looking without the makeup. We don't need to ask if I really do need that. I do. I really do. Let's start with primer. I have the Revalhauts Me Mango Serum Primer. I picked that up in drugstores and I was like, ooh, I love mango. Mango is my favorite fruit. So I also picked up the Banana Highlight, which we will not see here in this video. But I was like, listen, why not? A good serum primer can be quite nice, just saying. We do have a ton of good. And oh god, that is really nice on the skin. It is definitely more lightweight, I would say. Listen, I'm not sure if that is like doing a thing. It does smell. It does have a smell. It is like mango-y, not really mango, but mango-y. So what should that stuff do? It's a base for long-lasting makeup. It has glycerin and panthenol, and it should give you a hydration boost, which I definitely could see myself like having, because again, this is more of a serum-y primer. It has a little bit of a tag, not really much, so I don't think that we get a ton out of this, but I mean, maybe together with another primer, that could be good. Next step for me, that's just me, would be concealer. And I do have one that is matching the foundation, which is the Tia foundation. And I have the Tia concealer as well. This one is in 0.5N. And this concealer is like not unique because we had these already. It's like nothing that you hadn't seen in the past, but we do have like a liquid concealer here as well as a stick concealer here, which is, as you can tell, a little bit deeper than the rest, because you should, I won't say you should use this stick for blemishes, but technically that's what we're going with. So I'm seeing, like, listen, I do have a little bit of blemish here and there. The only thing I have to say, we're just trying to stick conceal the blemishes. If you hear noises, where is the cat? I did indeed like relocated the couch I'm having here, and that gave the cats. Oh, look at this. That's not bad. That is really not bad. Is it a little bit light? Definitely. But just for you, I did not say that. I'm just saying. But I do think this is kind of nice. Let's try it a little bit. I feel like, listen, I feel I should use a little bit of the deeper shade of the two to correct the under eyes. Under other circumstances, I would use a corrector, but we want to see like how that is like performing before we like use. That was quite nice. Look at this. Ooh, I do enjoy that. Normally I wouldn't use like a stick that is a little bit stiffer formula wise to like, okay, listen, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. And also, I did not self-tan just to like show you the foundations, because these are quite light because I ordered them before I did the self-tanning. Just saying. Let's try the other concealer. Again, this is 0.5. I think this is the lighter shade. Just saying. So we won't use like a ton. I'm also like concealing in the outer edge just to give it a little bit of something. And if you ask yourself, I normally do the concealing before I do the foundation, just to like cover everything. And I don't want to apply too much product in that area because I do have dry under eye. And if you like apply foundation and then concealer on top and then like powder and so on, that can look cakey. Look at this. Ooh. I really enjoy that. I feel like this area here where we do have like a little bit more darkness, I feel like that I can correct with a corrector, and I feel like that is, look at this. Ooh. Also, this looks seamless. Seamless. Like, look at this. I waited a few seconds, and under different circumstances, I'm telling you that right away, I had other like concealers. They get like almost stiff and then you can't blend this out. Like, look at this. That is amazing. Let's try another layer just to try to correct a little bit more in that area. And again, that is where the darkness is in my case, because listen, I do drink enough. It's just like I never sleep enough. Oh my God. Like, look at this. I mean, yes, you can like, listen, if you see here, if you have the right lighting, if you will, of course you will see the, like the darkness. I mean, it's there. And I do have, if you can tell, I do have like sunken under eyes. If you look like this, I don't think you can tell, but if I look like this, you can. But I feel like this is such a gorgeous product. Like, look at this. I really, really enjoy that. I feel like the main attraction, at least for me, okay, well, we do have other stuff, which I'm super, super excited about, but I purchased the Tear foundation. This one is the, let me see, Mask Fit Red Foundation, and this one is the liquid version. And I ordered 2 shades because, first of all, they were on sale, and second of all, I'm not trusting Tear. I have the shade 10C, and I also have 13N, Fair Ivory, and 10C is Shell. Listen, I ordered, I think, the Red Cushion Foundation, and I think the lightest shade they had were at like 15N, 13N, I'm not sure, but it was way too deep, and it did oxidize on me. So I ordered, I think, the lightest neutral. I'm not sure why I picked up the cool toned one in the 10. It could be that there were no 10N at that time where I picked it up, but I also ordered the next up, which is again 13N, which I am hoping it fits, but I need to see if it is oxidizing, and I do have some swatches here. We will see that in a sec. But I ordered 13N in hopes, because I do have a neutral undertone, that this will fit. But I also, again, ordered 10C, which is the lightest, like 10 is the lightest you can get in Tear. And C, again, is a little bit too cool tone for me, but I feel like I probably picked it up because there was no 10N at the moment. But I thought if this is oxidizing, I could mix these. And again, they were on sale, and I was like, listen. So let me see. I have swatches here. As you can tell, there is a distinct jump between the two, and I feel like these are the next up, like 10, and then there's 13. There's, I think, nothing in between. We do have, of course, the 10C, and this is the 13N, and I feel like you can tell this is a little bit dark. I am a little bit happy, and it does oxidize definitely more yellow orange. So if you are in a neutral spectrum, I will, oh my god, yes. Can you tell? This is freshly applied, this is oxidized. So this one would be perfect for me, but after oxidation, it is like this. So definitely is oxidizing, which, let me see if the, like the shell shade is doing the same. This is quite light, so I don't think so. It's a little bit. Okay, well, this one is freshly, this one is oxidized. You can see like a little bit. You can see a little bit that it is oxidizing, but it is so light, I think you can't tell. But the other one, you can definitely see that this is oxidizing, which, that is amazing. So let's mix these a little bit, shall we? Again, I knew why I bought two. And I'm just like putting a little bit here on the back of my hand and just, with the swatches, I mean, listen, it's foundation. So let's just mix these a little bit in hopes that this one will be like working with me and it would look good at the end of the day. And again, if this is oxidizing, I mean, at least, you know what I mean? At least it's oxidizing to maybe a shade I can definitely wear. So if you're in the same range, they do have the same problem like the cushion foundation has. And again, the problem with the cushion foundation, at least in my case, was that it did oxidize, and that was the problem. I feel like I had 13 and in that foundation as well, maybe 15, I'm not sure. But again, it did oxidize and then it was way too deep, which could have worked now that I did some like self-tanning. Like these earrings are the perfect. Did I have foundation now on them? Great. Like these earrings are so cute. So, but I feel like now it looks like I'm a ghost, which again, we need to let this sit a little bit to see if it is oxidizing, because the 13 shade will do. So, other than that though, it looks a little bit dry. It looks a little bit dry and it does cling to my nostrils. And normally I don't enjoy putting foundation there because dry nose and also glasses. But yeah, let us. But if you ask yourself why I do this, I do have like folds, like glove folds here, and normally my foundation is collecting. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. Same goes for here. Like I have a little wrinkle there. Let me have that sit for a second. I will not set this, and we will see how it looks in a minute. I let this sit for a minute or two. It looks a little bit drying. I do have to say though, could be the primer, could be also that like, I feel like the color is not that far away. I feel like in real life it's almost perfect. It's a little bit lighter, of course, because I mixed in the 10C. But I think with bronzing and contouring and all the good things, I think we will be fine, just saying. And normally I like to go a little bit lighter so it does not look too bad after bronzing and contouring and everything. I don't think we need to set this, so which is also a good sign. Definitely need to see how it wears. I do have an oily T-zone, so we'll see about that, but so far, so good. For my base products, I do have, and I had to. These are the NYX and Wednesday collaboration palettes. We do have the, which is this, the contour palette, which is like a 4-pan palette, as well as the blush palette. We do have though another blush as well, which we do have the NYX Fat Cheeks Juicy Plump Blush. We will add both of these, like the blushes, but we will of course start with this. I do think this is so damn cute. Really, really gorgeous. I love the design, to be honest, and I do love the colors. We don't have another eyeshadow palette, but I thought And hear me out. I thought, because these colors, like look at this. This is like an aubergine color. I feel like these colors can be a great base for my makeup. I also picked up the eyeliner, which is super damn cute. But I also have like a really, really cool shimmer. So I think this is a great base. But first, let's try them as a contour. I do have to say though, I don't think like these are really bronzers. These are, I feel like, real contours. We do have a really light shade. Let me swatch this. Ooh, this is nice. We do have 2 shades. Ooh, I do enjoy that. And then we do have this kind of a purpley brown. Listen, I can't do the purpley brown. We all know that. But again, I thought this could be also great, like a great base palette for eye looks, because again, these are shades I would definitely use on my eyes, just saying. And this one, again, we can use in our eye look. I feel like I will start with this one just to see. I will use this kind of a brush. The pens are decent size, I would say. Not too like big, but also not too small. I hate it when they are too small. And just like place it here. See how the pigmentation is. Again, this is a more fluffy brush. This is kind of nice. If like everything is working out, we maybe don't need to like bronze. This is a nice shade. Definitely a little bit warmer. If you're as pale as me, you understand. I will also try the, but look at this. This is not looking bad at all. Again, if you're as pale as me, these cool tones normally like stinge a little bit more warmer. Again, still using that one shade. I really enjoy that. Look at this. And again, I definitely think these pull a little bit more warmer, but for me personally, that is not. I will put this maybe as a bronzer as well. Like a little bit higher. Look at this. Again, definitely pulling a little bit more warmer. Let's try the shade underneath it. I will put in like one of those brushes, and we will use this shade here to see if we can deepen that up. I feel like the pigmentation is quite nice. It's not too pigmented, but it's also like more buildable, if you know. Put that a little bit. Ooh, I do enjoy that. Again, it's not doing that. I want to contour my missing hair because again, I do think this is really pretty. Again, if you're a little bit deep, I don't think, listen, let me hear you. I don't think this is a palette that can be used like if you're really, really deep or I have a deep complexion, because even though this one is quite of a, but I also think this has a purple undertone, which again makes sense. But I feel like other than this, like look at this. I really, really enjoy this. I needed to pull on a lip oil because crusty lips. Before we go into the blush palette, which is a little bit more pink tone and the purple, which I do enjoy, I wanted to try the, let me see, like this, the Fat Cheeks NYX product as well. Oh, we're doing a like face palette or face products by NYX, which the highlighter will be different, but this is again the Fat Cheeks Juicy Plump Blush, and this is in the shade Papaya Plum. I did swatch these in stores, and I feel like this one was the most of my liking. I do enjoy a more warmer toned blush, and I feel like this is exactly what I want. So this has, like, you see what I mean? I absolutely love these kinds of color. I will put a little bit on the back of my hand, like so. We'll use a little bit of this, oh interesting, a little bit of this angled brush. Ooh, I love this color. Look at this. I feel like this could be an amazing like base for the pink tones. And again, if you remember, I'm not the biggest fan of pinks, but to be honest, I thought if I pick up the, like, look at this. This is stunning. I absolutely love this. I thought if I pick up the like contour palette, I do want to pick up the blush palette as well. Sometimes I do enjoy a pink. Maybe I should wear more pink. What do you think? Do you want to have like a pink look from me? Leave it down in the comments and I will deliver. This is stunning. Look at this. Definitely need to blend this a little bit more into the foundation, but I feel like this is more of a sheer blush. I don't think this is like highly pigmented like the Rare Beauty. Definitely more sheer. Does it disturb the foundation though? I feel like it definitely like picked up here in that area some of the foundation. So I feel like you need to see if that is like, I won't say something you want, because I feel like none of us wants to pick up foundation, but I feel like you need to see if that is something you maybe want to add into another type of foundation. Again, we'll try all of these products and tell you my opinion later, but so far I do love the color. Again, it picks up a little bit of foundation. For blush, we will of course use the blush palette. This one is just blush palette, Enid, and this one, does it say, oh, it's Wednesday. Yes, this is Wednesday, this is Enid. If you saw the first season, they do have a window, and Enid is the more colorful, and yeah, Wednesday is not. I do have to say though, I'm a little bit disappointed in Enid's side. I would have loved that it would have been a little bit more. Understand what I mean? I feel like she's the colorful rainbow sparkle girl. I love that, by the way. But I feel like if you wanted to add a little bit differently, I would have put in like an corally shade, an orangey shade, maybe even a yellow. You know what I mean? I feel like then it would be even better. This one is fine though. We do have a really light pink, a shimmer mid pink, a deeper magenta, and then we do have a purple, which I'm a little bit scared, to be honest. Let me swatch these. We have the pink. Ooh, like look at this. This is gorgeous. The shimmer pink. This is pigmented. The magenta, and then we do have the, that is straight up purple. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Maybe let's start with the lightest pink and work from here. I put out my brush, which is a little bit bigger in size, which that is something. Let me pick a little bit of that and put that in, and then like put this on the, like on here. Yeah, definitely pigmented. Not too, I mean, yes, I know we do have another blush underneath that. I'm aware. Let me use a smaller brush. Again, this one is by Mange. And let me put up a little bit of the magenta. I'm a little bit, I'm more than a little bit scared. Again, let me put that into the brush so it's not too much. And then let me put that a little bit, I won't say higher on my cheekbones, but you can tell, a little bit further into the face. I do have to say, because I am quite fair, I do need to like see if some of the colors look like bruises or not, because that is, to be honest, a possibility. Because I am fair AF, and I do have some of the berry shades I definitely think will look stunning on deeper skin tones, but on me, straight up bruise. But I feel like layered underneath the more warm tone blush, this is definitely working. Ooh, look at this. Gorgeous. I will regret this. Let me add in a little bit of the like purpley shade. And yes, yes, I know. Again, we could use this as well in my look. So I think definitely we'll use the purple maybe. And that's why I enjoy these quite a bit, I feel like. Because we can like mix and match these in our eye look. Because that would be quite cool, just saying. I will definitely... Oh, okay. It gave definitely a little bit more of a purple vibe, but not too much. Normally, a little bit bruisey, but we can manage. What do you think? Could work. We'll see about this with the whole look. Oh, highlighter, I could not resist. Listen, I couldn't. I picked up 2 of the Number Pure Glass highlighters. Oh, it's 2AN. Pure Glass highlighters. So one is Peach Beam and this one is Shell. So we do have 2 colors and I'm so excited. Listen, this one is ND01 Shell and this is OR01 Peach Beam. And we will layer these because we can. Also, quite Smiley Brick. Hi, baby mouse. He's the cutest. And if you hear cats in the backdrop, today he's the one that is like terrorizing my beauty room. Are you finished? Nope. Okay. Let's do this. I think I want to start with a deeper one, which is Peach Beam, which I will swatch these. Listen, let me swatch both of them. Oh. This one, as you can tell, it has like a peach undertone. And I was like, listen, we need to try that. I never had like a peach. Oh, yes. So pretty. Can you tell? Yes, it is. Are you not? Look at this. Is it pretty? Yes, a little bit. Okay. This is stunning. Like, look at this. So pretty. And then we again have Shell, which is the, I think the light. Is it the lighter shade though? I'm not sure yet. And this one. Holy. Yeah, I love you too. Okay. Like, there is a difference, I would say. This is Shell. And this is, again, Peach Beam. I think we will start with Peach Beam and then we go into Shell because brightness. Can you please not? So let's do, again, the peach one. Lucky for me, I do have small brushes. Let's, like, show you here. This is the before. This is definitely more of a saddle highlight. Stunning, though. Like, look at this. Look at this. It is definitely more of a, like a base. See that? It is gorgeous though. I do love a good peach. Just saying. That's why I needed this. And only not the person that like purchases like deeper toned highlighters. But this one, like deeper tone for me, guys. Deeper tone for me. Don't come with like forks and fire. But deeper tones for me. But I thought this would be so gorgeous, and it totally is. Like, look at this. This is more of a healthy glow. I don't think this is like... This is more of one of those mature glow things. This one is mature glow. Like, it has something. It's not too over the top. It is not beaming from outer space. You can't tell, like, you have a highlight on. If you really try to blend the rest of the makeup and not be like a clown. I love being a clown, to be honest. It's just my thing. I absolutely love it. And let's do the other one, which again is Shell. This one should be a little bit, again, brighter. So of course we do have a highlight here, so just have that in mind. I will just top that up. Yes. Oh my god, these both are perfection. If you ask yourself, like, look at this. Ooh, this is so pretty. This is definitely... Yeah, I know with the lip oil that is like murder. But if you ask yourself, yes, they do have sparkle. But if you don't mind, and this is like, listen, This is something, yes, they do have sparkle, but it is more of an invisible sparkle. I had the She Glam and Matrix collection has a highlighter, and that one is like pure sparkle with a little bit underneath. And this one is like this sheen with a little bit of sparkle, which again, if you know that, you know, the more like glisten and glowing and like you're glowing with it in like you're wet, that is with sparkle. Like gorgeous, gorgeous. I really, really enjoy this. And both of these colors like are perfect together. I really, really enjoy this. Welcome to my face. Listen, I want to do the eye makeup next because I do have 2 lip options and I feel like the one I selected is not the one. So we're just doing the eye makeup first and then we pick the face makeup that will go with this. Okay, we do have, again, both of these palettes and I feel like I want to start with the deep purpley brownish shade. I feel like again with these you can do a great neutral look. So if you are like traveling, I feel like that palette works quite well. You do have a setting powder, you do have like again bronzer contour, and then listen, I don't even know if you're as pale as me, I don't know what you should use this for, but you could. But then again, you could use all of these 4 shades for a perfectly neutral look, like inner corner highlight, transition shades, blending out like more of a deeper transition shade, and then like an outer corner dark shade, which that could be so gorgeous. So let's try this. Again, I did prep my eyes, and this one is such a pretty shade. This is, by the way, the Refa 13 Mini. My, I feel like go-to outer corner like brush. Like look at this. Like I thought it would be an amazing shade for that. And again, if you're as pale as me, you can do this. You can of course mix that shade, I feel like, with every single one of those like contour shades and deepening up like them for your makeup look. Like if you're like, oh my god, I wish that that one contour would be a little bit deeper, you can mix and match these. But this one, like look at this. Look at that. This is first of all gorgeous, but second of all has like this tinge of purple, which fits amazing and stunning for the eyes. Love it. To play a little bit more with the purple, I will use the blush palette and this shade here and use my Cinch EO2, and I would just pick up that shade. It looked really pigmented. The only thing I did not enjoy, if you open both of them, you can't lay them next to each other. That would be easier for me at the moment, just saying. But I will blend that purple with that blush. At least I'm trying here. Could work, could not, depending. Again, this is a blush palette, so this could be working or not, depending on how pigmented these are and how the colors work together. It's not bad. Like, look at this. I think definitely need to, like, because that is a like a depth difference here, and not just a little bit. I would definitely add in a little bit of a transition by combining the purple as well as the contour shade and place that in between the two. But to be honest, like look at this. It's not bad. Again, needs a little bit more blending on my end. But that is again because these shades are quite different in depth. But look at this. Not bad, not bad. I just used a little bit of the deep brown shade and that worked quite well. Let me add in this one next. I will use the Cinch EO4. Again, this is the next shade and I was like, listen, we could use like the browns to go further into my eye, but we also could stay with the purples and just have a little bit of a fun time. Fun times with Nikki, you know, because that's all what we need. By the way, if you ask yourself, I do have like this beautiful thing, so that's why I'm leaving out the mid space. You could again use whatever you like. Yeah, and then we blend that just a little bit. I will go in with the light pink. By the way, you could indeed use the duochrome pink to go on the lid. That would be pretty as well. By the way, if you ask yourself, I did use a little bit of the deep brown on my lower lash line. I'm just using the deep pink as well. I'm definitely thinking I need to reconsider my choices to go with a more peachy lip, but that's so far. Now going in on top of that with the light pink, and I will just blend out the magenta and bring in the light pink here. I will add in the white in the inner corner, just so you know, but I just wanted to blend that with the pink. Like, look at this. Ooh, was not expecting that kind of a look, and I'm really enjoying it. And again, bring that also a little bit to the inner corner. Now we are using the really light shade from the contour palette, and just bring that in the inner corner. So if you're like, listen, I absolutely love pink blushes and I absolutely love this contour palette, I feel like you have like an eye look. I will, listen, whatever, I will just put that everywhere. Oh, that is so good. And again, we will put there the liquid shadow as well, but let's do this because I'm not sure how pigmented or like sheer that is, but we will find out in a sec. And I'll also like highlight the brow bone with that same color because I did like deepen it up. Like, look at this. You could leave it like this 100%, and look at that look. It is so pretty. We will though, because I do have two products I want to try. Okay, this is the Profusion, oh, it's the Retrograde liquid shadow, and as you can tell, like, look at this. This is like a multichrome, I would already say. Like, it has pinks, golds, but in some lighting greens, but in some lighting it's also looking purpley green. So we will try that on the lid. And then again, we do have the Raven liquid eyeliner liquid. Yeah, well, that one we do have as well. I just picked that up because of the packaging, but I feel like this is looking great on top of that. Will it stand out? Probably not, so we have to work with that, but I feel like this is so pretty just because of the packaging alone. So even if this is dried out, I can like place that somewhere and be like, ooh, look, it looks so pretty. Let's try first this Lism. I picked it up from TK Maxx. Profusion is nothing we have here in drugstores in Germany. And I was like, ooh, shiny. And I think like this would look at this. This would be perfectly fine. This is again the shade Retrograde. I'm not sure why they discontinued this or not or whatever. Look at, you see that? This is like a stunning shade. I will pick up a little bit and I will place this with a brush because I know myself and we will not destroy this really pretty look. Just saying. I will just like place this. First of all, that is easy. Place this all over the lid where I just laid down. And as you can tell, this is not, I would say, opaque. This is more of a sheer liquid. Definitely need, it is drying fast, just so you know. Like, look at this. This is gorgeous. Again, it's drying fast though, so just have that in mind. But I feel like with the brush, and I'm stippling a little bit into the brush so it does not cling to the eyeshadow as much. And then we can like build this up a little bit. I do like to drag it a little bit higher here in that area as well. I won't go all over to the, I won't go all over in the inner corner because again, I do place that white there, so that is fine. It is definitely not as easy to blend out, I feel like. But again, this is more of a sheer shadow. Oh, look at this. It's really cute though. I feel like with this, you definitely have to move fast. So just one eye, and I do also feel like it could use or look patchy. I feel like in some areas it did, maybe because it dried too quickly. Just have that in mind. It is pretty though. I feel like if you have something going on the lid, especially in like maybe some of the fall tones or pink, I feel like that on top could be so gorgeous. And again, you know what? Why don't we add that on the lower lash line as well? Just placing a little bit in that area, because that is the area I normally neglect. Look at this. It's really pretty though. Just placing down a little bit of the color. Should blend that, just saying. Will I do that though? Like, look at this. It's really gorgeous. Again, you need to be though a little bit careful, because I feel like blending, if that is like dried, blending will be a nightmare. But I really enjoy that. Look at this. Again, I feel like on top of shadows, it's even more gorgeous. Listen, now is the part where I will probably just do one eye and then we'll wing it from there, because listen, I am not the best in like liquid liners. I am just not. You know it, I know it, we all know it. We're fine with that. I normally am fine with that. This one though was so pretty and I was like, I want, you know what I mean? Again, this is a deep purple. And by the way, if you ask yourself, that stuff is like potent, see? Couldn't even remove it properly. So this is the, again, the Raven liquid liner. This is how it looks. It seemed to be. Let me shear that out a little bit so you can see the color. It's a deep purple, really, really pretty. So let me do this. This is, by the way, a brush. So this is not a felt tip, this is a brush. So let me, I'm normally not the biggest fan of these kinds of things, but we need to, like, we wing that. I'm a makeup guru or something like this, so I should know how to do that. Yeah, listen, I should. It's definitely something that may or may not work or not. Just doing a little bit of a wing. And if you ask yourself why I'm not talking, I'm trying to center myself, because that's important as well. Let me do, like, that worked quite well. Again, pretty sure you can't tell, but I see it. Like, it's really, really gorgeous. It's a really pretty color. Yes, I definitely need to connect it to the lower lash line. And yes, I'm trying, listen, this is not your normal typical eyeliner. This is one where you have hooded eyes like I have, that you drag it out a little bit and then do the flick like later. So it, like, you can definitely see the flick. Let me do that on the other eye in hopes it is at least a little bit similar to this one. And I'll be right back. This is the finished liner. I feel like they are looking at least like cousins. Normally they don't even look like they're cousins. Listen, they are not. I am really like bad with eyeliner. And normally this stuff is like looking like I'm trying, I don't even know what to accomplish, but not eyeliner. Some is like this, some is like this. Like it's not even close to something. And I feel like this time I did a quite good job. Are they the same? Hell nah. Like listen, this one is a little bit up and this one is like straight up straight. Well, why not? Let's do mascara. This one is by GRWM. I did purchase 2 mascaras from GRWM. The last one I showed you in my last Get Ready With Me. This one is another one. And this one seemed to be also new. This is the Lift and Elevate Lengthening Mascara. And yeah, I know you won't tell or could tell probably with this eye look if this is like super duper great or super duper trashy, but we will find out because listen, we will just try, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter because we do have fake lashes as per usual. So let's try it. Listen, I'm a little bit horrified by this. This reminds me of the Refi like mascara they had, like this kind of contraption. So, and again, I feel like it is not easy to see. I totally agree with you on that one. But we will just try. I can tell you because I see it a little bit, of course, more closely than you do. Sure, why? I mean, listen. Okay, so let me show you. Can you tell? Let's do a second coat. I did go back into the tube. I feel like that does not look bad. Is it like the best mascara I've ever tried? Nope. But definitely gives volume. To be honest, I don't enjoy the brush. Because these outer lashes, I just like it's difficult to grab them because of the brush. The mid and front lashes though are really easy to do, but the lashes like there are not. I definitely think these are more volumizing than lengthening though. The other one was more lengthening if I'm not mistaken, so maybe if I combine these. Also there seem to be fibers in here. I hope it's fibers. I really hope it's fibers. So let me do another coat. Because everything in threes is the best or something like this. And then I can show you. I definitely think you can tell. I think even with the like the makeup, you definitely can tell. I mean, we do have a little bit of a lighter backdrop. It's definitely doing things. It's not doing. Listen, I did not curl my lashes because I was pretty sure I will use like fake lashes after this, so that's just the way it is. But I also think that I do have straight lashes, as you can tell. They are not like curled at all, and this one is not helping with that, which again, not the big problem because fake lashes. But yeah, just so you know, it's not looking so bad. They definitely are more black. Yeah, let me do that on the other eye, and I will put on fake lashes, and I'll be right back so we can do lips. Yeah, this is the finished like eye look. I did add some lashes. These ones are from Shein. I was hoping to add a little bit more drama, but they are more natural than I thought. Well, whatever. We're doing this. Lips. I have on the color lip liner, which I normally do. And I found this one at TK Maxx. This is the LH Cosmetics. I think this is the plush lip in Cuddle. At least that's what I'm thinking. Listen, I don't know. It is vegan for the lips and it has an SPF of 15. So let's, oh, okay. Let's try this. I'm thinking that this one is probably a little bit too warm tone to go with my look. Ooh, that is, okay, let me, ooh, that is a pretty color though. Look at this. Let's put this on. I'm thinking, again, this will probably be a little bit too warm toned. But don't worry. Worry not, Nikki has a backup. I did find like all three of these colors from LH Cosmetics. There was a more pink tone as well. But, ooh. That is pretty. pretty though. Look at this. This is stunning. It does not fit the look though. Let's not do this, but like, look at this. This is gorgeous. That's why I picked this up. I was like, yes, this color, like, look at this. Totally loving that. But then we will do the second option, which this is the Sephora lipstick, and this is the lipstick, transfer proof matte lipstick in 5, Strictly Smooth. This one I got from, I think this color will be probably a little bit better, like the pink, just saying. This one I got from Influencer, so this was sent to me, and I did try that already, but this one is a more pinky tone. And like the packaging is already broken because that's, yeah, amazing. It's not going back there though. Like, I feel like this packaging is like horrendous, just saying. So, but maybe that's just because I, again, got sent this. I'm not sure. Sometimes that happens. Again, it's 05. The color is stunning. It is, I think, 90% transfer proof. So let's do this. I will remove that and put the other one on. I did like remove the other one. I'm hoping this one is a little bit like, listen, it's a little bit too red for that. Or should I wear them? Listen, it's the only thing I'm thinking about, but it's the only thing I have new, so we'll deal. It's a pretty color though. Also quite smooth application because of course underneath that one was, listen, I don't enjoy the like packaging. Also I feel like the lid of this, and yes, I know it's not finished. I had this one. I will use a brush because, listen, I'm horrendous with like lipstick, so I will just brush this in the right direction. This is quite smooth, so it in it. Yeah, that is way better. And again, if you ask yourself, use a lip brush is here as stupid as me. If you can't control a lipstick like I am, like I can't control a lipstick by the depth of me, and again, this is a bright, like you can tell, it's a in-your-face color. Just place that on your lips. Why the heck do I have it everywhere? Place it on your lips and then use a brush. That works for me 100% of the time. Just saying. I mean, like a flat brush will do. You don't need a... listen, I have big lips. I do like these. I think these are regular eyeshadow brushes. They're flat. It will work. I also have the more fluffy ones, just saying. Is this fitting? No. Do we care? No. I feel like it fits fine. Is it perfect? No. Do we expect perfection? No. So let's go through all of these products and see which I liked and which I didn't. Let's do this. Let's start with the primer, as I always did. This one, why is there lipstick here? How did that even happen? Whatever. This one seemed to be quite nice. Now, does it elongate your makeup wear? I don't think so. I feel like this is more of a skincare prep step. I feel like you definitely need to go in with a regular primer that works for your skin type on top of this. This, I feel like it can help. I would definitely see or need to see how this will like look at the end of the day. Is my foundation more moisturized? Is it not? You know, I will definitely try this more. I think even if I don't use it as like a primer, again, this is a serum primer, I would probably use it if my skin is quite like dull or quite dehydrated as a step before my makeup. That could probably benefit my skin complexion. The concealer I really enjoyed. I was not expecting this, especially this one. I feel like this one worked really nicely. Again, the colors are different, so we do have a deeper complexion, like a deeper shade for the stick and a lighter shade for this, which is perfection. Remember, this one shouldn't technically go under your eyes. It definitely is for blemishes, and I feel like, especially if I'm not self-tanning, this one could work so good. The foundation, I have to say, this one is out and about. I feel like the shade is right if I combine these. I feel like this one is, I think, 10C. Yes, this is definitely too light for me. But if I mix it with this, which is oxidizing, this one is also a little bit, but this one is more than oxidizing. I'm not sure what they put into this, that I feel like the deeper shades are more oxidizing than this one. Like the base they used for this one seemed to be not as reactive as this one. I feel like on my skin at the moment, it looks quite okay. Definitely a little bit more drying than I would like, but I feel like it could work in the long haul, like after 10 or 12 hours of wear. It could use or look stunning. You know what I mean? Sometimes I need to see how this is like developing over the day, because again, I do have combination skin, and this area of my, like the T-zone in my face is normally more oily. Again, so I definitely am excited to see how they perform, but so far so good. Again, if you know, you know, they do oxidize. So I did not, by the way, I did not set any of my makeup, so I'm quite confident you don't need to with that foundation. Again, for me personally, I think that is totally fine. Let's come to the face palettes. Listen, let me put these together the right way. I love these. I really do. I'm really enjoying this. First of all, I do enjoy the eye makeup, which technically they're not done for that, but of course you can use every single powder as you like. I feel like I was a little bit torn because I felt like this color here will not work for me, and it will not. On my face, you can't even, nope. But I feel like maybe trying this when I'm self-tanning. I do enjoy both of these colors. I think this one could be a nice matte highlight. It works amazingly on the inner corner, so I feel like this. And again, if you wanted to have one palette you travel with, so you have like face products as well as like eye products, this could be it. This is really gorgeous, and I'm happy that we do have the shade, again, just to maybe deepen up your eye look if you have like a really light palette with you. And then we do have the blush palette. In its palette, listen, if you do love a pink, this could be you. If you do want to try purple, could be you. For me personally, I think if I want to use pink, again, other than in my eyeshadows, this could be amazing. And I feel like the colors itself are a little bit like fun. Again, the purple, I don't think I own a purple in my collection, so I definitely think this is nice. Is it something I would go with Enid? No. I would have like maybe a yellow here, a pink, an orange, you know, and the purple, you know what I mean? Like Enid is colorful, Enid is rainbow. I mean, you don't need a green or blue like blush, but I feel like that could be even cuter, you know what I mean? I do think though the colors are nice. I love that the colors are indeed like a light, a medium, and then a dark, and then this one again could be so cute. Definitely is more of a duochrome-ish shade, which I do like that. So just saying, this is also really gorgeous. We do have this one. This one is on the verge. I love the color. I feel like if you like don't have on makeup, that could be cute. I do feel though it did disrupt my foundation. I definitely want to try it further. So this one is a 50-50 at the moment. I really enjoy it, except for the like disrupting on the foundation part, you know what I mean? But the color is stunning, and this is a little bit sheerer. It's not sheer, but sheerer. It's on the sheerer side, you know what I mean? So that could be. Then we do have the highlights, which is again 2AN, and I think both of them are stunning. I think if you want to have like a blinding highlight, go with Shell, which is ND01. If you want to have a more mature glow, go with OR01, and this is Peach Beam. I think both of them, they are so pretty. Like, look at this. Ooh, I love them. Yes. So that is kind of nice. Again, both of these palettes I used also on my eyes, which I like that. I feel like if you open these up in the middle, can you place them then beside each other? Maybe. Because I used them on the eyes again. Let's go with eyes next. This one is again by Profusion de Liquid Multichrome. I don't know. Maybe it was on the packaging, which I throw away because I thought I don't need it. I think this is a gorgeous color. I do think though this is drying a little bit too fast, so keep that in mind. keep that in mind. It dries a little bit faster. I feel like some of these are a little bit patchy. These are more sheer. So if you have like a gold, a pink, like a look, again, you see the green and gold, and then the shift to the pink. I don't think you can tell like so much if I think like I see a little bit of the gold and pink reflect. It's not too much though. So if you're like, oh my god, I wish I had like a light duochrome that is like teensy bit of a duochrome, but not too much. I don't want to go into the indie route. Like this could be it. Like this could be it. If you are on the side where like, listen, I do want to have a little bit, but not too much, because I do have a job where it's like strange. I have like a duochrome on there. Maybe this one is the solution to that. We do have the liner again. I love it. I feel like this is really pretty. Of course it stayed on. Listen, I don't have this on like 15 hours. I definitely will go back to you. I did remove this from here, and I felt like this was like drying to a T where you like can almost peel it off. That could be good, could be also not. So we will see about this and how this is like lasting up. So far so good though. And like I said, if I don't enjoy the formula of this eyeliner, it just like is somewhere on my desk because it is so pretty. So for me personally, that is fine as well. Did I purchase this for almost all my leg? Yes, I did. So just have that in mind. Mascara. I'm not sure about this. This definitely is more volumizing, but it also clumps the lashes. I'm a little bit torn about the like strange brush, but I mean, I could work with that. So I'm like, could be good, could be not, depending. I will definitely try this more, see how good it lasts and how like this is transferring at the end of the day, just saying. But so far so good. Again, is it the best mascara I've ever tried? Nope. Is it a decent mascara? Yes. Come to lip products. Let's start with the Plush Cuddle. This is gorgeous. Not with this look, but this is gorgeous, and it does felt really moisturizing, just saying. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of those like applicators, but the color was there, and I feel like in general this is a really, really gorgeous color. So if you see that on or in TK Maxx or on the size for sale, I feel like this is 23 bucks if I'm not mistaken, and I got this for 6, so I picked it up because of that. So let's do the Sephora matte lipstick, which I am wearing at the moment. This one again is in the shade 05, Strictly Smooth. I don't enjoy the packaging. I don't. I think this is transfer proof matte. I have to say I don't enjoy the packaging. First of all, I think like it looks like this is not the same product, because this packaging and this one is not 100% smooth together. You know what I mean? Mine came a little bit broken. Again, it was like twisted. Doesn't matter, to be honest. I have it everywhere, just remembering this. And I did have some problems with bringing back Liz, and I have it now everywhere. See that? I need to clean it up. The color is definitely pretty. Let me see if it is transfer proof. It is not. Maybe, you know. It's getting better, but it's not. And again, I've tried this before, just to see. So this is not quite a first impression. And when I like wait 10 to 15 minutes when it's really dried down, I feel like the transfer is like almost nothing. But when I eat, for example, I had like here, where this is normal for me. I do have big lips, and when I eat like a burger or something like this, it stems to my chin. So, and that was the case with this product. So it is not transfer proof. The packaging again could be prettier. The color itself though is really gorgeous, and again, because I wore this already, I know it's really comfortable. Even though it's a matte formula, and I'm not the biggest fan of matte formulas, this one is really, really comfortable. So that is a good point, just saying. I like that. So I feel like in general almost everything worked quite well together, which I do enjoy it because I paid everything myself. This is not sent, I mean, except for this one. This one I got sent, but all the other things not. So I'm excited that this worked quite well for me. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you do, please subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you in my small little YouTube family. I wish you a beautiful week. We see us in my next videos. Bye guys!